Good morning, folks. I just wanted to come on here and do a quick vlog, I guess they call them, on going our own separate ways. I think one of the most difficult things for me in relationship, and that means whether it's an intimate, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship or friendship, tribe, sisterhood, or brotherhood, sisterhood, family, whatever it is, it's when you get to a place where there's basically irreconcilable differences and you just cannot get past them, and there's nowhere else to go, and there's just this place of like he said, she said, back and forth, places where you don't see seen or heard, you can't see or hear the other person anymore. It's just hit the wall. And I think that's always a really difficult place to be in. I don't always hit that place with people, but I do at times. And just recently I have hit that place with someone, and I've had to call it and say that this is irreconcilable differences and that we need to move off and move away from each other. And there's a heartache in that for sure, especially if you've had years with this human being. However, depending on what the relationship has been, it could be a really positive and good thing. And I'm feeling that. I'm feeling like this is a good positive thing for me moving forward in my life, and blessing and sending this other person off, and also feeling what I'm feeling. And it tests the part in me where it's like I could cave, because the feeling of failure, or of not being able to get it with someone, with not being able to get past this place or some place with this person, potentially could mean a failure for me. And so what I need to do is deal with that failure that I feel from it, and know that I don't have to lay myself down and compromise to be with this person if the windows and the doors aren't open for me. And that doesn't mean that they're doing it wrong or right. It just means that the doors are closed in the way that I need to be seen and heard and expressed, and have an openness and a fluidity in it. And it just did not happen with this particular person. And so, it's like having to go your own separate ways. And we had already done this like a little while ago, and then came back in to see if there was a ground that we could both step onto and have this equality and meet. And there isn't at this point, and that's okay. I have to just allow that to be, and I just have to allow that sometimes we just can't move through, or there just isn't the synergy or the energy or the connection or the friendship or the trust or the same valuing or belief systems or the same place that you can like rest into with this person. And you've got to be willing to let that go at that time, and then deal with my own heartache or whatever that feeling is. So in closing, sorry, I had to go and answer the door. In closing, I think one of the hardest things to go in separate directions from someone that you've spent time with is the perceived loss of that person in your life, in your world. Potentially how they stepped in, stepped out, how they gave or didn't give, or whatever that relationship was. And so there's always a grieving process. There's always a releasing and letting go. And there's always, for me, this place I have to come into and trust that everything is happening and unfolding for the right reasons. And sometimes we just have to let people go, and that's just the way life is. We can't all be friends. We can't all be family and tribe. Like, we have differences that maybe we just can't agree on, and that's okay. Doesn't mean one is right or wrong. It just means that there's a place maybe that we have to release and let go of and just step away. So that's that. Namaste. Walk peacefully. Love and light and blessings.